Why do we fear change? I think that's completely understandable. First off, let me introduce myself. It's your favorite cousin, Cousin Rich. So let's get back to it. This is episode 6 of Rich Talks. So, why do we fear change? Again, excuse me if this audio recording sounds a little funny today. I kind of got my headphones wet yesterday in the jacuzzi, so I have to wait till a little later. I'm recording this like 5 o'clock in the morning right now, so I don't have any headphones, so I just had to get it out. But let me continue. So why do we fear change? That's completely understandable, and it's pretty simple, to be honest with you. The reason why we fear change is because as humans, we seek comfort. I think that's just the natural human thing, is that we're supposed to seek comfort. We always seek comfort. That's just the way us humans are built. We're constructed is to seek comfort. So when we always seek comfort, and not just by our own doing, that's just how we are biologically, genetically, made to seek comfort. So because we're made to seek comfort, of course it's going to be hard for us to change. But the reason why we can change is because of adaptability. See, it's a certain point where adaptability and change will be neck and neck. And it's up to you for your survival which you will choose. Will you choose to adapt, or will you choose to stay in comfort? Now, if you choose to stay in comfort, that may risk your livelihood. And if you choose to change or to adapt, could be added onto your existence, for lack of a better word. I almost had a brain fart. But if you choose to adapt, that means a longer life for you, your family, more opportunities. But the main reason why, or a reason why it's hard for us to change, is because we don't like being uncomfortable. A lot of people don't like being uncomfortable. They don't like being put in uncomfortable positions. A lot of people won't change unless they are absolutely forced to. A lot of people won't change because they're absolutely forced to. Which sometimes is not a good thing, but, it is what it is. And for the people who do change not when they are forced to, but when they recognize it's best for them to change for the better, these people have a better time when they're changing and adapting, because they're doing it on their own will. It's harder to change when your back is against the wall, because now it's your last option. Your last option, or next to no options, is what you're forced to do. But when you change, when you have that ability, when you're not forced to, you have a much better time, because you get to flow, you get to move, you have ease with how you're moving. See where I'm going? So if you ever have to change, I advise you to change when you, on your own accord, change when you see fit. Change when you're getting that intuition, when you're getting that spirit, when you're getting that feeling that, hey, I need to switch some things up for the betterment of me, in order for me to get further. Don't wait until something tragic happens, because now you're battling something tragic, and you're trying to implement something new. But yes, why do we fear change? Why do we not like change? Why do we dislike change? It's just simple. It's a simple human thing. That's just how we're made. That's just how we're constructed. We're constructed to not like change. We're constructed for comfortability. We're constructed just to be the same over and over. It's just like when you lose weight. Sometimes when you lose a lot of weight, well, first, when you're at a set weight, say for instance, you've been set at 150 pounds or let's say for instance, you've been set at 180 pounds for a long time. This whole time you've been set at 180 pounds. and you go lose a lot of weight. Let's say, for instance, you lose 30 pounds. So now you're at 150. Your body is usually set to that 180. So if you mess up, slip up, guess what? Your body's going to go back to 180 and it's going to stay there. And I'm using that example to really tell you, to really show you how our bodies love being comfortable. That your body is so uncomfortable at 150 that it doesn't like it. You may like it. You may need it. You may know more than your body at that point to know that you need to be at this certain weight now, 150, for health reasons, whatever. But your body's so used and so comfortable that it will almost torment you until you go back to 180 pounds. Anybody who's been on a weight loss journey of any sort, you know what I'm talking about. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Or say, for instance, you're living in a neighborhood that's not best for you. It's so hard to leave because your favorite food is there, your favorite people are there, your spots are there. It's so hard for you to leave because you're so comfortable. And when you get into new environments, now you're around new people who speak different, look different, move different, different tendencies, different food. It's much harder. That's why we'd rather just staying where we're at, even if it's not beneficial, productive, or conducive to, our future. We'd rather just stay. It's just a human thing. Not wanting to change is just a human thing. That's all it is. It's just the human aspect of life. And the people who can grasp that, who can embrace that that's what humans do, is that we just fear change and override that. You have to override that not wanting to change. But the people who can override that are the people who are going to be the most successful. Again, the people who can override that not wanting to change and embrace that wanting to change for better, to better themselves, those are going to be the most successful people. Because you've overridden or you overrode a program that was placed in you to stay comfortable. Like I said, we're all meant to stay comfortable, so you can't really get mad at people when they stay comfortable in a sense, because this is just a general human thing. This is just a general thing that humans do, is we're made to stay comfortable for our survival. That's why your body puts on fat. It's for survival. So the moment you lose 5 pounds of fat, if you're not careful, you're going to put 5 pounds of fat right back on. Why? It's for your survival. Your body don't care about looks. Your body don't care about body composition. Your body don't care about a six-pack. Your body don't care about being lean. Your body don't care about none of that. Your body only cares about survival. And your body knows that your body needs body fat in order to survive. In case if anything happens, if we go on a famine or anything like that, your body has reserve. That's what body fat is for. That's why your body likes to stay at a comfortable state. But you have to override that in order to get the dream body composition that you want. So it's the same thing. Your body may like sleeping a lot, or your body may just like chilling, or your body may just like doing certain things, or you might like doing these certain things, but you have to override these things in order to get to where you want. That's just the fact of the matter. And like I said, the people who have the ability to override this are the people who's going to be the most successful. I promise you. You're overriding a program that was put into you for you not to be able to succeed into this world that we have created. You must embrace change. Another reason why people are afraid of change, not because of, it's uncomfortable, but it's fear. People are afraid of change. People are really afraid of change. People are afraid of what's on the other side. Even if you told them their dreams were on the other side of what they feared, a lot of people would still hesitate. If people lived in hell and you told them heaven was on the other side, but all they have to do is just change, they would still be scared and they would still hesitate. And a lot of people won't change. Why? That fear of change is so big. To be able to leave things alone that used to serve you, but no longer serve you, but you continue doing it because you were afraid to let it go. because it may be like your protection, comfort protection, like a teddy bear or something like that. That's big. So now you have to have people to rely on faith. And a lot of people say they have faith, but do they really? No. A lot of people don't have faith. I was speaking on this the other day, but a lot of people don't have faith. That's why it's hard for them to change. Because they are taking their lives in their hands, and if they can't see something, or if they feel like they can't do it or do it on their own and make it on their own, or they can't cause this change themselves or bring in some kind of divine intervention themselves, then it's impossible. Because they don't have faith in the divine. They don't have faith in God. They don't have faith in the universe. So because they feel like it's all on them, they refuse to change. They refuse to take on that challenge. Not knowing that there's a great force behind you willing to help you. But people don't want to take that on. They don't want to take that on. Why? They don't have faith. They never had faith. That's a big reason why people don't change. Along with being comfortable, the fear. Along with being comfortable and the fear. On top of that, not having faith. This is all a recipe. For people who really have faith in something divine, whether it be the universe, God, Allah, Buddha, Jesus, Mary, whoever, Haile Selassie, whoever, whatever you put your divine faith into, you can attest that it's much easier for you to have faith and for you to move mountains than if you did not have faith. Because you've seen that faith act divinely in your life. So now it's easier for you to know that it's something above you that can help you move forward. It's like a gust of wind that'll help you move forward the moment you take that first step. But for people who have not experienced that divine intervention in their life, it's much, 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 much harder for them to accept the fact that something can help them move along, for them to accept the fact that it's not just them that's on this move, that's on this life change. It's much harder for them to accept that fact. That's why they refuse to. It's like if God told them to build a house, or they got a download that they need to build a house, and they didn't know, they didn't have no help, no money. Instead of them just getting started, having faith that God will provide, they just don't start building that house. They don't even come up with the blueprint. They need a house. They know they need a house. They don't even come up with the blueprint because they're looking at, they don't have the money, they don't have the resources, they don't have the this, and that. They know they need a house. They know they need to change the environment, but they don't. Why? Because they can't, with their eyes, they can't see something. So they refuse to give it a shot. They refuse to try to change. They refuse to try to bring something new in. But if you have faith and you get those downloads, hey, you need to build a house. You need to move and build your house. You're going to say, okay, I don't know where the money's going to come from. I don't know where the builder's going to come from. I don't know where any of this is going to come from. But I know one thing, I just got to get started. Because I have faith that God will come through for me. I have faith that the universe will come through for me. And it's just like that. So what do? You start pulling out your papers. You might start just building a little house draw a little house on a piece of paper. Ooh, this is how I want my house to look, like a little kid. Or you might even, as simple as just start dreaming and imagining a house. You living in a house. You walking through the house. Or you might just start driving around looking at land. Or you might just start driving around looking at houses like, oh, I like how they did that with that house. We could do that. See, now when you start doing all these things, now you're giving that energy. Now you're giving that faith. Now you're adding all these things into this whole gumbo. And the universe is going to say, okay, boom, this person believes. Now we can move them forward. Now we can help them because they took that first step. Because you had faith in something. You had faith in change. You had faith that it could come through. You had faith that it was possible. Not just by your own doing, but by something greater than. And like I said, that's where a lot of people fail. That's where a lot of people lack. They don't have faith. They don't have faith that life will be better than what it already is. And to be honest with you, it's kind of sad. It's really kind of sad that people miss out so much on life. People miss so much out on greatness because they don't have faith. They don't have that ability to put a pause on things that's not working and change. And let the universe take reign and move them and guide them along. Side note, I wonder, why do people, not want to have faith in the Most High or something like that? I think it's always been a construct that, if you are holy or righteous or something, that you a lame, you a square. And that's, furthest from the truth. I think we have to stop spinning that narrative, because I believe a lot of people will turn to the Most High. A lot of people turn to righteousness and positiveness if you can still be cool. And I think I want to make that my mission in life. It's you can still be a cool, I was going to say something, but this is YouTube. But you can be a cool, a cool person and still be a righteous person. But anyway, I digress. Once you have that faith that you can change, because a lot of things, the reason why people don't change, a lot of reason why things don't happen on earth, why you don't ask that girl out, why you don't try a new spot, why you don't do this, why you don't do that, it's either because you're super comfortable or you're fear. You're either super comfortable or you're living in fear. And sometimes it's both. You living in comfort in fear. You're comfortable being afraid. That's the worst. That's the worst right there. You comfortable being afraid? You need faith immediately. You need to turn to God immediately. You need to turn to the universe immediately. Because that's stagnicity. That's being stagnant on a whole nother level. If you're comfortable and you're afraid, that's like somebody who's comfortable being in the house and they don't like social interaction or they're afraid of social interaction. That person's never coming outside, ever. Ever. Change could be beautiful. Change could be so beautiful. Don't you see the trees? Don't you see the flowers? Don't you see the flowers? How the flowers change? How they start blooming? Then they go dormant. Then they come back and bloom again beautifully. That's change. See how beautiful that change is? Or you have a kid and they're a baby and they effortlessly just change and grow and grow and grow. And then you open up your eyes, now they're this full-grown adult. That change is beautiful. So allow change into your life if you're afraid of change. Allow it. It's beautiful. Don't be afraid of those growing pains. The same growing pains that you had when you were an infant and you were growing. Don't be afraid of those growing pains. Those growing pains means that you're growing. That's the beautification happening. It's just like when you're in the gym and you lifting a lot of weight, or you lifting more weight than usual, or you're doing more reps than usual, or you're doing more sets than usual, however you go about it in the gym, And that pain that you feeling, that discomfort that you feeling, that's where the beautification is happening. That's where you got to start thinking. When that pain starts happening, and this sounds like it's the gym, but it's really real life. When that pain starts happening, when that stress starts happening, that's when that change is starting to happen. That's when that beautification process is starting to click, starting to work in your favor. So you got to keep going. But a lot of people run away from it. You can't run away from it. Run towards it. Run even more. Because what's going to happen is when you have that pain, when that muscle is sore, when you're going through those growing pains and you go rest, guess what? When you wake up, you're a bigger, better person. You have more muscles, or you're taller now. However, the growing pains or whatever pain, whichever category, allegory, or that you want to, align, whatever metaphor you want to align yourself with, because I got about 3 of them running right about now. But whichever one you want to align yourself with, that makes the concept of it easier for you to accept, please. But all I'm saying is, when you choose growth, when you choose to change, when you choose betterment for you, and you grow through that pain, what's on the other side is so beautiful. But a lot of people are scared to go through that fire. A lot of people are scared to go through that fire. It's like that coal that's scared to go through that fire or go through that pressure to be made that diamond. Don't you be that coal that never went under that pressure to become that beautiful diamond. Don't you do that. You see where I'm going? Sometimes you may need a little bit of pressure. Sometimes you may need a little bit of pressure to change or while you're changing in order for you to be that diamond. And a lot of people miss out on that so much. That's a beautiful analogy. You know, we always look at that analogy of it takes pressure to make diamonds, you know. In the sense of the pressure is either going to make you or break you. But we never look at it in the aspect for real, or I never look at the aspect of that pressure is what's needed. And, well, I take that back. Let me backtrack it. Not that that pressure is needed, but what if you choose not to go through that pressure, then you never even had the chance to become that diamond that you could have been. You know? The people who undergo the pressure, they've already accepted the change. But what if you never accept the change to even go through the pressure? And now you're just a coal. I could understand if somebody was a coal and they went under the pressure and they couldn't be a diamond because they couldn't take the pressure. That's a little different. At least they took the challenge on. But don't be a person who never took the challenge on. Don't be that coal that never accepted the challenge to be that diamond. Don't do that. Don't do that. Be that coal that wanted to go under the pressure because you knew what was on the other side, you being a diamond. And that's really what it is. That's what it really breaks down to. It took 22 minutes to get there. But for real, be that coal that was willing to undergo the pressure because they knew on the other side that they could be a diamond. That's deep. It may not sound it, but it is. Once you put yourself in those shoes, once you put yourself and you view yourself as a coal, as a piece of coal, that you have the ability to be a diamond, but all you have to do is accept the fact that you have to go through some sort of pressure. What you gonna choose? To still be that coal or be that diamond? And that's why I say that people who have the ability to change, accept change willingly, are on a whole different level. That's exactly what I said. Because a diamond is on a whole different level than a piece of coal. Change is beautiful, man. Change is so beautiful. I'm talking about positive change, positive growth. So beautiful. Especially like if you're changing and growing for the better, and there's people around you that's changing and growing for the better. Oh, that's so beautiful. And then when you can take a step back and you can look back at where you started and where you are now, oh, that's so beautiful. Change and growth. Because that's what it could be looked at as. Change. Change could be looked at as what? Growth. That's all it is. Is you're forming your I don't want to say changing in order to explain it, but it's like you're shifting, you're moving, you're creating something different than what you were before. Something better. Who don't want that? Everybody wants it. Because people are just afraid to take that step. But number one way that I say, if you're afraid to take that first step, is you have to have faith. Point blank, period. You have to have faith in something divine higher than you. That's just the way it goes. This is for people who's afraid of having faith. Now, there's some people who don't have no faith in higher, in something divine. To them, it's just them out here. We're just, for them, that's cool. I'm not here to judge or persuade anybody or anything like that to have divine faith or have faith in something. I'm not here to do that. People are going to be them, and I feel like life is going to sway you or move you, and then how the scale's going to be balanced is how it's going to be balanced. But what I'm saying is that I feel like the people who have accepted that change, experienced life on a whole different level. Experience life on a whole different level. They get to experience life as they see fit. They get to experience life as life was intended to. You're not supposed to see life as a baby your whole life. You know, your whole time you're here, you're not supposed to see life as just a baby. So why do you still stay around in that baby mind frame, that baby mindset, with no growth, that infancy mindset? And I'm not talking about physically, literally being a baby. I'm talking about an infant in anything, an infant in social interactions, or an infant in, personal growth, an infant in whatever you study in school, an infant in personal relations. How you take care of yourself, how you dress. The beginning. You should always want to grow. Because when you grow, that's where you experience more life. When you change, that's when you experience more life. Like I said, it's not changing for the better, or changing to leave people, or changing for malicious reasons or anything like that. No. It's wholeheartedly changing to experience more life. That's beautiful. Changing to experience more life. That's what we're meant to do. Why do you think you can get sick, or it's not good for the body to not move? Literally, if you don't move, if you stay in one place, you just sit down all day, you lay down, it's not good for you. So that tells you right there we're supposed to move. And that's physically move. But if it's the same thing with the physical, if it's the same thing on the outside, then what do you think is on the inside? If you're not challenging your mind, if you're not challenging concepts, if you're not challenging mindsets, challenging ideologies, challenging certain things that you've accepted, and you're not challenging them because you want to just challenge it, you're challenging them in order for you to grow. If you're not doing these things, then what are you really doing? You're staying stagnant. You're dying. You're coming to your own demise. Their body needs movement. Their body needs change. It needs it. It craves it. It needs it. That's what makes us us. We're supposed to grow. Not just outside, but inside as well. We're supposed to grow. That's the only way we're able to fully live out this human experience, is through change. Don't let fear hold you back. That could be the biggest detriment out here, is letting fear hold you back. Not wanting to change. Not accepting change. Being comfortable and not wanting to change. Being scared. You gotta let all these things go. Again, like we always say, and a good friend of mine said, what if what you really want is on the other side of change? What if that person that you really want is on the other side of change? What if that ideal life, that house, that car, that job, that financial number that's in your bank account, what if all that is on the other side of change? What would you do? Would you stay still? Or would you gather up everything that you needed to in order for you to change? Whatever faith, whatever mindsets, ideologies. Would you clear out everything that you need to clear out? Bad people, bad thoughts, bad food, bad environments. Would you clear all that out in order to receive what you really wanted? And that's what it really breaks down to. What are you willing to let go? And what are you willing to embrace in order for you to get what you really want? What you really deserve. Not just what you want, but what you deserve. Hope this feeds somebody's soul today. It's a pleasure speaking with you guys. It's your favorite cousin. Remember, embrace change. Don't be afraid of it. Embrace it. Because what's on that other side is something so beautiful. Hope this helps somebody today. Hope this inspires somebody today. Hope this really helps somebody today. Remember, don't be afraid of change. Embrace it. This is your favorite cousin. Y'all be safe. Love and blessings.